Hello and welcome to another update video. In this video I want to cover Solana. Solana we covered a few times now, and we are currently finding support at a key level here, and this is really where these Fibonacci retracement levels come in so handy. That's why it's so important to be able to draw a valid Fibonacci just to identify key levels of support and resistance. And what we can see here at the moment, this is the Fibonacci level of the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level, and we found support exactly here at this level. This level here, again, it's the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level that is currently sitting here at $142. So if you might remember that on this chart in the last video, I think we already had this ascending trend line on the chart. You remember we overextended away from it, had a pullback back to that trend line. Good trade entries whenever you hit the trend line, and it's just a pullback, and you can trade as long as you are in the uptrend and you're holding the trend line. These are normally good trade entries. Again, no financial advice here, but that's typically the case. There's one way of doing trading, just pullback trading, breakout trading. And we identified as well, before this breakout happened, the breakout here had a bit of a triangle forming, breakout point out of that pullback, and then we came all the way up to the 0.214 Fibonacci retracement level at $175. That's the key level we had on the chart. This was also a key resistance level before, and now we're coming down. I thought initially we could find support here at the trend line, as we did before. However, we broke through the trend line, but we're currently finding support at the 0.382 Fibonacci retracement level. Now that could mean two things. First thing, it could mean we're just finding support here. The second thing, it could mean that we actually broke through that trend line, did a retest, right? Couldn't get back above the trend line, and now we might drop down further, okay? Or we just might move sideways because we are finding support at the Fibonacci level, and we couldn't get back above the trend line. Well, what that certainly means is that the steep uptrend that we had here seems to be over for now, because we can't get back above that trend line. And if you remember up here, I told you it's time to be careful with Solana. I'm convinced it will continue to move up, but these are the points where it's getting, time to be careful. I think at the time I identified it because of this long wick to the upside, just showed that the uptrend might be over, the strong uptrend here, not the long-term uptrend, but here this really, really steep uptrend, after which we then had a retracement. And but this is also when I think the network failed, all things coming together here. But to be fair, it's held pretty well in this sort of flash crash of Bitcoin. Now, as I said, we find support here at the $142 level. We're currently again at 150. Might actually do another attempt to break above that line. So a few things here. First of all, for a long-term holder, for me, these are good prices to buy. Yeah, I can't give you advice, but for me, these are good prices to dollar cost average in. We're having a local low here. Maybe make another low, but if you're a long-term holder, that's not a problem. As a long-term dollar cost averager, I always try to dollar cost average in, and these are the pullbacks and the retracements that I'm looking for. Now, for me, crypto is a long-term game anyway, so I find that quite important. On a short-term basis, I don't know, we need to wait what's going to happen next, because if we drop below 142, we could come all the way down to, well, I mentioned it before, we can find support here at $130. This is this important low before. And then if we drop further, we can find support at the 0.5 Fibonacci retracement level at $120. That's this one here, actually 119. So it's somewhere here between this low here and the Fibonacci retracement level. I think we'll find the next support then. Now these were even better prices to dollar cost average in, but there is so much potential, I think, on the Solana blockchain that it is providing good. It's a good investment for me. At least it works for me. Now another point to point out here, we didn't only find support here at the Fibonacci retracement level. This is also a very important moving average, the 50-day moving average. Now, what I would say, and I have no idea if you're in a trade. Now, one possible strategy, and I mentioned it before on this channel, and again, this is no financial advice, but it's one possibility to exit a trade. And it's worked for me quite well, but it obviously works together with a trade entry. So what you have is you have a 50-day moving average, and you can add a channel to the 50-day moving average. So the way you do that is you basically remove, you basically use one of your moving averages here. You change it to the 50 as well, and you say one of them is actually the high and the other one is the low. And then you have a channel of moving averages, the 50-day moving average. Sorry, one is the low, one is the high. Let me just check if that was the high here. No, I've got low and close, so this is the high then. There you go. You've got two 50-day moving averages. One is with a high and one is with a low. These will never cross, but they are good indicator. And what this is, you basically have it as a trade entry when you cross one side of the moving average. So here, yeah, you crossed above the upper moving average channel band, basically, yeah. Since then, you could have stayed all the way in the trend, in the trade. Now we are quite close to breaking that to the downside. So you wouldn't exit yet because we've only crossed one of these 50-day moving averages. Now, if you cross the second one as well, that would be a exit, yeah, a potential exit. And then you would enter again when the 50-day moving average is crossed again to the upside. Now, this is only one possible trading scenario and trading strategy, but it is one that works very well. Now, it doesn't work very well, you can see that here, in range markets when we're moving sideways, but it works very well in trending markets. So for example, here you had an uptrend, you crossed the upper side at this we were here at $11, and you would have exited here at 33. Yeah, of course it would have been better to exit here, but to be honest, very rarely you really hit the high. But then, you know, when you're there are indicators as well that can help you. But this would have been, with just that strategy, nothing else, this would have given you a 3x, and there are many more examples probably if we look back. But for example, then back here, actually you would have entered that trade, because you wouldn't have exited here, you would have entered that trade much earlier at around $2 and then exited at 33. Yeah, and then you would have entered again even lower. Yeah, very nice. Well, no, you would have pretty much at the same level. You would entered again at 33 and then potentially stayed in the trade until today. So that's just one strategy, and this is what I'm going to use for Solana, because we're getting very close to these levels now. And but I'm not going to exit anyway. I'm going to hold. It's in my long-term portfolio, but it's just one possibility if you're looking for a short-term potential exit. Yeah, that would be one. It all depends on when you go in or when you went in. Obviously, when you bought at up here at 160, you know, I'm not sure. Then you would, again, I can't give you advice. That's all up to you. But with just this strategy, it works really well for crypto. Yeah, it has worked for me. It's very simple strategy, suitable for beginners in my view. Just want to mention that. So hopefully you liked the video. If you want me to show you more strategies in the future, let me know in the comments. If you liked the content, yeah, please again, hit the like button and subscribe button. And I hope I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.